here in my garage. You don't hear any of that noise in my garage. I'm not handy at all. There's nothing happening in my garage. I can't even freaking change a tire. Actually, I can't change a tire, but it's about as far as I can go. I tried to change spark plugs once on the car, and that took me like a week. But anyway,
was it a diesel?
No, it wasn't a diesel. No. Anyway, guys, we are here today to talk about what, Dan?
Tai Lopez and his In the Garage, I think they call it. The Garage.
OG?
Yeah, OG. But I don't know much about Tai Lopez and his history, but Luke does. Luke, you know from like 7 years ago. Give us a rundown about who Tai Lopez is.
Yeah, look, this guy popped up probably, what was it, 5-6 years ago, with a really kind of basic video that he filmed on his iPhone of him in his garage with his Lamborghini and his book collection. And he's talking about kind of motivational kind of stuff around what you can do and believe in yourself, etc., etc. And this thing went viral. So it's like, I think currently I'm looking at it about nearly 71 million views. And then he was kind of known after that for being like one of the kind of first people to kind of start this kind of online like business advice kind of
lifestyle marketing, right? I think he may be the first lifestyle marketer. Like, let us know in the comments. Do you think Tai Lopez was the first lifestyle marketer? I got a pretty good feeling that maybe he was the first one to really market that lifestyle, and he did it brilliantly by kind of showing that Lambo in there as well. Okay. But Dan, what do you know about that OG collection that he put out?
Let me give you the first bit of intel from his launch yesterday. Okay. He did a live stream on YouTube and he had 55 people watching at one point. So maybe those 700 million views aren't converting into NFTs. And that's the trouble with people. They think they can just move straight from one market to another market. And it showed yesterday when he was talking about his launch. And kind of, let's look at what he was giving away in his NFT. So the sort of things that he was doing, he's got different types of cards, tiered ratings, silver, gold, black. But it's stuff that my freaking, 10-year-old, if I had one, would come up with these sort of ideas. It's like a one-on-one 10,000 horse basketball game with Tai. He's got VIP nights. He's got FaceTime call with Tai, maybe little bedtime chats. There's like, what else was there? The WhatsApp access to Tai's personal number. Like, I mean, what's this guy worth? Like, the first time I've ever heard about him is in this NFT mint, and I just think it's a market he's trying to get into. But there's only 900 holders today or something like that on the actual collection itself. There's only 2,034. Yeah, that have been minted. The floor is 0.185. So and a lot of those things on the website, we're talking about these things here, they're like 70 ETH, 33 ETH. Like, you can't see the pricing now because the sale has ended, and there's going to be another sale there. But the funniest thing was when I went back and watched the live stream today to get a bit more information about this call. And what he said was, there was a point when there's things called RPCs, and basically they're the way apps talk to the blockchain, and you pay for certain thresholds. So you might pay for 700 transactions or 700,000 little interactions with the blockchain through this RPC. Obviously, they paid for the lower end tier, and then they overloaded the blockchain, is what they were saying on their call. But you hear the guy in the background say something about the RPC, and he's like, "Oh yeah, we've broken the RPCs," or something. Like, it was mind blowing to actually listen to this stuff. And then you hear the guy talking about passing the credit card because he might need that to, like, obviously get more threshold or more throughput to this to this connection here.
So I'm I go back pretty far when it comes to internet marketing and stuff. So all of this is like classic internet marketing behavior. And it's scarcity, right? It's that scarcity and people FOMO and supply and demand. And this is so hot that it's selling out. But here's the problem. In Web 2, you can get away with that. And why is that, kids? Because I could not see all of your data on a public ledger called the blockchain. So I could say that, oh yeah, we blew up the site, it crashed and everything else happened. Like, nobody's going to go back and check the actual server uptime to see if I actually crashed your website. But now we can easily click and be like, oh, it actually, you only sold how many days?
It wasn't the interesting. It wasn't the interesting thing there. It wasn't the interesting thing there around the funds getting distributed out to the different team members' wallets, and then and then the gas fees. Being sucked up by the purchasers.
Yeah, they got destroyed on Twitter because of that.
So the money, as soon as something was minted, was dispersed out to X amount of wallets for the team members involved. But the gas was incurred by the person minting it. And I guess they didn't realize that everybody could see what's happening on the blockchain, right? There was that.
As soon as someone could look at the smart contracts, they were like, this is wrong, this is an issue with it. Like, and there's a couple of really smart people on Twitter that digress into these sort of things. And yeah, as Luke was saying, in the same transaction that you mint it, you also send the money out, which I mean, like, for someone that's worried about their funds or wants it to disappear quickly, then that makes sense.
Okay, I would have put a disclaimer here out. Like, I'm very big. Like, so when I seen Tai Lopez, I didn't have any type of feelings about him. When I see somebody who has more money than me and that's more successful, I feel like they're doing something right. So I don't have anything personal against Tai Lopez. Like, I've always looked at him. I've looked at his content. I'm like, yeah, this guy knows what he's talking about when it comes to internet marketing and selling out live courses and stuff as well. But like Dan said before, that doesn't translate over. So the problem that I have with Tai Lopez is not personal. It's more so of coming from Web 2 and being like, oh, I was an influencer in the space and trying to bring over all the stuff that used to work in Web 2 into Web 3 and thinking you can get away with it. I think that's the main thing that we all have a kind of problem with. Would you guys agree?
It's kind of like the Melania Trump thing all over again.
Yeah, true.
And it's like, so in Web 2, if you stand next to a Lambo and a jet, everyone's gonna be like, oh man, that's dope, like sharing this, you know, I want to be that person standing next to Lambo. But you're a joke when you do that in Web 3. That is the thing. So like, you can have your Lambos and stuff like that, but in Web 3, people want to stay anonymous, people want to stay down low, and they don't care for showing that stuff off. So as soon as I remember people tweeting about it a few days ago and being like, rule number 1, never buy an NFT of someone that stands next to a Lambo in a photo.
Legit, because they're probably going to take your money and bounce. And then when the smart contract is written in such a way where the money gets yoinked out straight away, you're just like, yep, exactly what we thought was going to happen is happening, right?
Yeah.
So it's safe to say, Dan, you won't be minting one.
No, I've already minted a few. So like, you know, I'm done.
Okay, right, yeah.
No, but there is another mint coming up, and I just a quick disclaimer: no, Luke, I've not bought any, and I will not buy any. So there's another launch coming up, a second launch, which is this Friday the 11th. So if you are interested in hanging out with Tai Lopez one-on-one, good on you. Give it a go.
I don't want to stay on this too long, but it's just like, I just feel like he's like selling access to like himself, right? Is that really what the utility is? It's just like, you can hang out with me if you want to pay me $20,000 by buying like this pass to my social club, but it's not really a social club because the only access I get is to you. So I don't. I mean, I get
his whole thing is buying a hotel, and like I think people can come at the hotel for free or something like that. So he was saying like, even this NFT won't buy me the hotel, but I'm still going to use my own money. And he was saying, like, he caught up with people that was, you know, a conversation they had with people is worth $50,000 and $30,000. You know, if you're getting one of these, you're paying a lot less than that. So he's trying to, he is trying to sell himself. And that's okay in Web 2 and smaller amounts. But right now, no one wants to buy this.
But also your audience, right? So, okay. So here's a perfect example. If I want to be like a internet marketer and a great one, he would be invaluable to me, right? Because I'm on to release projects, I want to be an internet marketer, I want to be an influencer. So maybe Tai Lopez's advice is worth $50,000, but how many NFT Web3 connoisseurs and people who actually buy them, you know, buy these projects, want to be influencers and actual internet marketers? Probably not a lot. So it doesn't convert. I think you have to think about these things before you put a utility behind it. It feels like incongruent with what the actual audience is. So if you guys like this video and want to get a Lambo that Dan is going to pay for, hit the like button below and subscribe, and also click this video above to check out the playlist of similar videos like it. Peace.